Water is one of the most essential natural resources for life on Earth. About 97% of the Earth is surrounded by water, with only 3% of being fresh water. That refers to the potable drinking water, which can be used for consumption, agriculture, and other usages. Water scarcity situation occurs when high rate of aggregate demand from all water using sectors exceeds available supply under the prevailing infrastructural conditions. From Cape Town to sub-Saharan Africa to Asia's steaming megacities, there is a global water crisis affecting millions of people. Water scarcity affects every continent and was listed in 2019 by the World Economic Forum as one of the largest global risks in terms of potential impact over the next decade. As per UN estimates, globally, 844 million people lack access to clean water, rendering families and communities locked in poverty for generations. Among this, women and children are worst affected. Children, because they are most vulnerable to diseases of dirty water, and women and girls because they often bear the burden of carrying water for their families for an estimated 200 million hours each day. Recognizing the importance of addressing the global crisis, the United Nations observes March 22nd as the World Water Day every year. Now, I'll come to our own country, India. India's water problem is primarily because we are a second most populous country in the world, and we have a diverse population that is 3 times the size of United States. But we live in 1/3 the physical area. The usage of water across various sectors in India is on rise, driven by a combination of population growth, socio-economic development, and changing consumption patterns. Geographical also, there is a considerable variation within the country with respect to water availability. About 71% of India's water resources are available to only 36% of the area, while the remaining 64% has to do with 29% of available water. Irrigation, perhaps the most demanding agriculture production as compared to other key inputs like seeds and fertilizers. Water is excessively used in food production and it depletes the overall water table. India has made massive improvements to both the availability and the quality of municipal drinking water systems. However, due to increase in population and rapid growth in India's urban areas, water scarcity is a looming problem in most major cities across the country. India's water demand is expected to continue increasing at a similar rate until 2050, accounting for an increase of 20 to 30% above the current level of water use. This can be attributed mainly due to rising demand in the industrial and domestic sectors. Moreover, as the overall population is expected to reach 1.6 billion during the same time, water scarcity situation similarly will further worsen in the times to come. Therefore, sustainable management is essential to protect the water environment and to meet the increasing water demand in the future. Many areas of India are fortunate to have a relatively wet climate. Even in the most arid regions, in these areas, rainwater harvesting could be one solution for water collection. In India, rainwater harvesting has been in practice for more than 4,000 years. It is basically a simple process of accumulating and storing of rainwater for drinking, irrigation, and water for livestock. Rainwater harvesting and management hold a tremendous potential for reducing rainwater runoff and reducing groundwater consumption, particularly in urban areas. These systems are acting as incredible support system in many Indian cities by providing a superb alternative to the main water supply, especially during dry seasons. Widespread installation of this system is also revitalizing the natural properties of land, helping to improve the quality of groundwater, raising its level and preventing wells and tube wells from drying up. Additionally, efficient deployment of rainwater harvesting system is limiting surface runoff of water, which is reducing soil erosion and increasing its fertility. More or less, all states in India have made rainwater harvesting mandatory in government institutions, commercial complexes, and residential high-rises. Some of these laws have already come into effect and others are soon to follow. The Central Ministry for Drinking Water and Sanitation in association with Central Groundwater Board, has prepared a conceptual document called the Master Plan for Artificial Recharge to Groundwater in India. The master plan envisages the construction of about 23 lakh rainwater harvesting structures in rural area and close to 88 lakh artificial recharge and rainwater harvesting installations in urban centers. Conservation of water in the agriculture sector is essential since water is necessary for the growth of plants and crops. Only a part of the rainfall or irrigation water is taken up by the plants. The rest percolates into the deep groundwater or is lost by evaporation from the surface. In India, arid and semi-arid areas, the tank system is traditionally the backbone of agriculture production. Tank system refers to large tanks are constructed either by bunding or by excavating the ground to collect rainwater. They check water flow and accumulate the runoff. Simple techniques like these can be used to reduce demand of groundwater for irrigation. Therefore, by improving the efficiency of water use and by reducing its loss due to evaporation, agriculture water demand can be reduced, must be reduced. Now let me speak about our own home state, Uttarakhand, the land of gods. Uttarakhand is home to some of most revered rivers, including Ganges and Yamuna. These rivers are not just water bodies, they are lifelines that support millions of lives and hold profound spiritual significance since times immortal. However, despite this natural bounty, we face a growing crisis of water scarcity. This paradox brings us to the urgent need for water conservation. Water scarcity has impact on communities. Now let me tell you some impacts. The impact of water scarcity is profound. Rural communities, which depend heavily on agriculture, suffer from reduced crop yields, leading to economic distress. Women and children often bear the burden, walking long distances to fetch water, which affects their health and education. In urban areas, water shortage leads to conflicts and affects daily life and industrial activities. Here, I would like to compare two states, Karnataka and Uttarakhand. They both are facing acute water shortage this year. Bangalore, capital city of Karnataka, is located on the Deccan Plateau and experiences a tropical savanna climate. It relies heavily on monsoon rains for its water supply. Dependence on external sources, heavy reliance on the Kaveri River, which has led to interstate water disputes with Tamil Nadu, and also overpopulation and urbanization, pollution by industries, and inefficient water management has led to the water crisis in erstwhile city which had so many lakes. So with Bangalore, I draw a parallel to Devbhoomi, Uttarakhand. Situation is very alarming, where the state is rich in rivers and lakes. Many regions face acute water shortage, especially during the dry months. The reasons are manifold. Unplanned urbanization, rapid urban growth has put immense pressure on our water infrastructure. Agriculture practices, inefficient irrigation methods lead to excess water use and wastage. Altered rainfall patterns and glacial melt affects the volume and timing of water availability. Deforestation and land use changes. These have led to soil erosion and reduced groundwater recharge. Inadequate infrastructure. Many rural areas lack proper water storage and distribution systems. Tourism pressure. The influx of tourists strain the water resources, especially in popular destinations like Nainital, Mussoorie, and now we are observing the same problem in Char Dham Yatra. Steps for water conservation. Addressing these challenges requires a concerted effort from all of us. Here are some crucial steps we can take to conserve water. Rainwater harvesting. Encouraging and collection of storage of rainwater can significantly alleviate water shortage. Simple structures like rooftop rainwater harvesting systems can be installed in homes, schools, and public buildings. I feel it should be mandatory. Reforestation. Planting trees and protecting our forests are vital. Trees play a crucial role in maintaining the water cycle, preventing soil erosion, and enhancing groundwater recharge. Sustainable agriculture. Promoting efficient irrigation techniques such as drip and sprinkler systems can reduce water usage in agriculture. Crop diversification and choosing drought-resistant varieties can also help. Treating and reusing wastewater for non-potable purposes such as irrigation and industrial purposes can conserve fresh water for drinking and domestic use. Public awareness. Most important, educating communities about the importance of water conservation and involving them in local water management initiatives is crucial. Schools and colleges can play a pivotal role in this. Policy and governance. Strong policies and effective governance are essential. The government should enforce laws to prevent water pollution, regulate water usage, and support conservation projects. Role of technology. How can we deny this? Technology can be a game changer in water conservation. Innovative solutions like smart irrigation systems, water efficient appliances, and real time monitoring of water resources can optimize water usage. Mobile apps and social media platforms can be used to spread awareness and encourage community participation. Community involvement is the cornerstone of successful water conservation. Local initiatives such as forming water use groups and involving women in decision making processes can lead to sustainable management of water resources. Traditional knowledges and practices should be integrated with modern teachings and techniques for the effective outcome. Now I'll conclude. Water conservation is not just a necessity but a responsibility that we all share. In Uttarakhand, where water is both a blessing and a challenge, we must come together to protect and conserve this precious resource by taking proactive steps, leveraging technology, and fostering community participation. We can ensure a sustainable and secure water future for ourselves and the generations to come. Let us pledge today to respect and conserve water, remembering that every drop counts. Together we can make a difference and uphold the sanctity of our rivers and well-being of our communities. Thank you.